Station. It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs. Founded by firemen, with Chris Clark and Wes Mitchell. On the home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
It is the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs, here on 107.5 The Game. Tyler, Wes, Chris, and our special guest today, Spencer Rattler, Gamecocks quarterback, joining us in studio. Spencer, thank you so much for being a part of the show. How you doing today? There we go. Got your mic on now. Go ahead.
I'm doing great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Doing good. Very, very excited that you are here. Of course, thanks to Nate Atkins, your teammate as well, that joined us from 10 to 11. Got plenty to get into here with Wes and Chris as well, going until 12 o'clock here on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs.
Yeah, welcome in Gamecock Central Takeover Hour. Hope everyone is well. Again, Wes Mitchell here, Chris Clark, joined now by Spencer Rattler. Spencer, welcome in, man. I know you said it's been a little while since you've done some live radio, but we're happy to have you. Everything doing well, though?
Yeah, everything's been great. You know, off season's going well with workouts and throwing sessions and stuff like that. So getting into the routine and just going at it every day.
Yeah, so obviously, I think that's one thing the fans love to hear about this time of year. Maybe there's not as much access to exactly what you are doing right now. I know you're doing winter workouts. You came straight from, I guess, the facility before you came over here. But if you can, man, you want to give the fans just a little glimpse. What does a day look like for you all right now? What does a week look like? Is it working out every day? Sort of what are y'all up to in the facility right now this time of year?
So yeah, we every day, pretty much Monday through Friday, we're working out. Wednesday is our off day, but it's our stretch day. So we'll get a stretch in on Wednesday. But yeah, every day we're getting it in the morning. We got 3 different groups based off position groups and stuff like that. But the strength staff has been doing a great job getting us right. And then we'll do our throwing sessions on Wednesday and maybe add an extra day on the weekend or something. So it's definitely going to ramp up a little bit here soon, though. But we're looking forward to it.
So when y'all do the throwing sessions, is that like off a script? Is that more just sort of is it laid back, or is it more like structured as far as what y'all are actually doing out there?
It's pretty laid back, but we like to, I like to make sure it's organized and make sure we're getting. I mean, we're not running like our plays yet and everything, but we're just working the route tree, getting the feel for guys' hands and routes and timing, and just pretty much working every route with every different receiver, running back, tight end. So the whole group's been out there every time, so it's been great.
Yeah, definitely, man. So obviously this interview brought to you by Garnet Trust. As always, I appreciate Garnet Trust supporting both the Garnet Trust Hour and this hour with Spencer Rattler here. We may take some questions later on for Spencer if he's cool with that, if you want to hear from the fans. So 803-444-6100 is the number. You can actually text that as well. We'll pick a couple of callers to ask their questions for Spencer. But so, man, you're getting back settled in, obviously. I know Coach Beamer always, it seems like, makes it a point to say, all right, this is a brand new team. Last year is over. You'll never be in a room with all those guys again. It's a new squad. You have some guys back. You have some guys being added. What's been the biggest difference for you so far this year? I know this time 1 year ago, you're the new guy. You're just getting settled in. I think you probably put your head down and went to work. Does that allow you to be a little bit more kind of the leader this year compared to 1 year ago?
Definitely. Coming in last year, I just wanted to kind of show my leadership through my work ethic, not talk too much because I was a new guy. But definitely now I'm trying to be more of a leader, get better at that, keep improving in those areas with other leaders on our team. We got a good group of leaders, about 15 to 18 guys that we rely on. They're called our cornerstone captains. So, being one of those guys, just pushing the new guys, helping the new guys, the freshmen, the transfers, and everything like that, kind of just getting them used to everything. Sorry, I couldn't get that out. But, no, they're doing great. All the transfers, freshmen, they're working hard, and, we're just helping them along the way.
Yeah, you mentioned cornerstone captains. You guys are losing some guys that played a big role in that regard last year, not only with the team, but leadership. Like I'm thinking of Javon Gwynn, Zach Pickens, any guys that you can single out that have really done a good job, older guys like yourself that have really done a good job of getting everybody organized and motivated and pulling in the same direction?
I'd definitely say to carry on, Marion Brown, a lot of guys that have been here. Juice has taken a big step in the leadership. Juju at running back, at being a guy that he's been here for a few years now, and he's our most experienced running back we got. There's a handful of other guys up front as well, and then obviously on the defense. So just seeing us all come together, it's been great.
And you mentioned, some of the freshmen, some of the transfers. We'll get your thoughts on one guy who is not a freshman, but will be in the future as well. But have you had a chance to throw any or get to know Eddie Lewis yet? Transfer?
Yes.
Give us some thoughts on him.
I like him. He's an athletic, fast, smart guy. He's got experience in college football at a high level, and he's getting used to the workouts and the schedule we got. So it's different for him, but he's coming along. He's got good hands, good route runner, and he's a smart guy. So he's impressed us.
Yeah. Do you think having to sort of be a transfer yourself, does that give you a little insight into maybe what these guys are going through as they get here? I mean, he's obviously going to be expected to come in and contribute in some way. Like, yeah, I feel like if you're coming in as a transfer, there's a reason you were recruited. There's a reason you're at South Carolina right now. And he's obviously going to be expected to help this receiving core. Does your experience there maybe help you to kind of get them settled in a little bit easier maybe?
Most definitely. Being a transfer last year, being a first-time transfer for myself was definitely new. But they made it so easy here. It was like family. Like a couple weeks after I got here, we all blended so well. So it's the same thing with these guys. The good guys coming in. Me being a transfer last year, I definitely have experience with how they feel. So, that helps with the leadership of how, we should lead these guys coming in.
And so I know Eddie's a guy that the fans are kind of, I would say, excited about as well. Are you sort of seeing what I'm sure Carolina saw on film, explosive guy that can probably make some plays in this offense?
Definitely. The coaches know what they want. We know what we want. He's an explosive guy. He's got experience, and we're excited to actually get to spring ball and see what these guys are about.
What has your role been on the recruiting side of this thing? I know you've always kind of been dialed into that part and trying to, build this offense around you a little bit. What is your role in that? And do you sort of have a particular message you use, or is it just, share a little bit about your experience with them?
Yeah, I just try to do whatever I can to help the program, really. That was a goal coming here, and a lot of our other goals coming here is to help this program as much as we can, if that's working out hard, pushing guys, leading, and then obviously recruiting, like you said. So, definitely recruiting. As a quarterback, you want receivers and new guys coming in to, be able to trust you and, hear what's coming from you being the quarterback. So, definitely getting into these guys' ears and, letting them know, hey, we could be special. You can come down here, and it's the best conference of football. You play against the best competition, and, obviously they could help our program. So, it's a family, and we're excited.
I know, Spencer, last time we talked to you for the Garnet Trust interview, you and Dow Loggins, I think, had gotten to know each other some, and I know y'all had talked about your future because that was kind of leading into your decision, obviously. Now that you have kind of been around each other a little bit longer, have you started to get a feel yet for what this offense might look like? I know it's always sort of going to be a fluid thing as y'all kind of dial into exactly what you want it to be, and it can change week to week. But what have you sort of learned so far as the two of you sit down and kind of start to dial into what this might be this year?
Yeah, everything, Coach Loggins has said, I've loved. And, we finally got to meet and just sit down for about an hour and some change the other day because they were all out on the road recruiting for a few weeks and helping us get these new guys. But, we finally got to sit down, go over formations, go over personnel groupings, not anything play-oriented yet, but just the base stuff. A lot of stuff that, will be new to us, but a lot of stuff we already know. So we'll be able to build off it. And, just him saying to me and other guys, hey, he wants our input on what we like to do. That's huge for us. So, that's a guy we're going to trust all year, and we're excited to get on the field with him, here in a few weeks.
Yeah, media will get to see a little bit of practice during the spring. Fans will get to see the spring game at a minimum. And so from what you've seen, I know you have more to learn about this offense as y'all eventually dive into the playbook, but what should we all expect to see? More tempo, formations different from what we saw last year. What do you think so far?
Definitely more tempo. That's been a big point for us, is speeding things up and getting that tempo down, because we all like to play at a high tempo and get things going and hopefully score a lot of points. So everything we've talked about is just efficiency, tempo, making things clear, making things easy, and not easy, but making things clear, and just letting us go out there and play. But like you said, we haven't really dove deep into it yet, but we will here very soon.
How do you think y'all get the plays in next year? Like last year, it was a mix, right? Like y'all had signals, you had huddle, you had wristband.
Yep.
What do you know yet?
I think we'll signal a lot of the stuff in. I don't think we'll need a wristband. Yeah, honestly, I think we're just signaling stuff in. But who knows? We might use a wristband. I don't really care for the wristband. You know, I don't think we're gonna huddle every single play.
Yeah.
You know, but I'm not trying to spill our tea over here. But I don't think we'll be huddling every single play. But we'll definitely have that pro style type of feel with the play calls and stuff like that. But I feel like we'll also have some freedom with tempo and stuff like that.
Why, as a quarterback, do you like playing faster? I mean, you've said that, and I get it to a degree, but like, take us inside. Like, why is it better for you? Why are you more comfortable with that?
For me, I feel like you could just play free. When
Yeah.
you know what you're doing and you're going fast, it gives you the upper hand, the offense the upper hand, because the defense can't get set up as quick as they want to, or they get tired out or more tired. They can't bring those blitzes as much as if you're going tempo. So I feel like tempo, you just play free, get in that flow state almost, and you just start rolling. And it's just fun playing tempo.
Give us your thoughts on so the tight end room cleared out. I know you just saw Nate leaving. He was kind of the last of them in the tight end room, but he's gone too. So whole new group coming in this year, but some really interesting guys. Trey Knox, Elksness. Give us your thought. Have you seen any of those guys yet? Have you seen them on film? What are your thoughts on them?
Yes, no, we've thrown with all the guys. Got Trey Knox, Josh, Nick, the freshman coming in, and then obviously Harbor. I guess he'll be like a tight end receiver type of guy too. So our tight end room is very deep. A lot of big guys, athletic guys. Trey Knox is very impressive. Josh is too. Got to see a little bit of Nick from Florida, and then the young guys are coming along. But you could just tell Trey and Josh got that experience, from where they've played, and obviously their film is great, and they succeeded where they were, and they're just going to help us even more. They're going to be, just hopefully mismatches across the field with those big guys. So just put it up to them. They got to go make a play.
Are you going to miss Nate though?
Yes, I mean Nate could do it all. When Nate was in the backfield, you're super comfortable knowing he's going to pick up any protection. I'm not going to speak for Nate, but I don't think he knew all the protections and stuff. He just knew, hey, there's a free guy there, let me block him. And he would stand right in front of him and block him, and we get the ball off, and then you could throw it to him. You can run it with him. This dude, he was the all around fullback, tight end, running back, whatever you want to call him. But he was a great player.
Yeah, we've been joking with all the COVID years and injury years and all that. Like if we can find Nate just another year laying around, maybe get him back for
we
one
could probably
more.
Get Nate for another year with all these rules. Popping guys in for an extra year,
convince him for an extra one. Yeah. But that was an interesting sort of, I would say, tweak for y'all down the stretch, was that move to put Nate in the backfield. I don't know if that had been in and we just hadn't seen it, but it felt like maybe the last 3 or 4 games, passing situations, it was, let's not reinvent this thing. Let's just put Nate basically almost as a running back and let him be your personal protector almost. Yep. Where did that come from, I guess? Whose idea was that? And what did you think of that, man?
Well, I think
we'll hit a break after he answers this question.
Yep. Juju is obviously not an every down blocking back. He could definitely block. He's works his butt off and to protect back there. But obviously, he's not the biggest guy. Going down the road, we're playing those big teams, and we just needed a big, bulky guy back there like Nate. And he's the thing about him. He's super smart. That's what why we put him back there. He's super smart, and we knew he showed it in practice that he could do it in the backfield. So we just kind of added it in there, and that was our dog personnel, we'd call, and he'd be back there blocking.
All right, going to run to our first timeout. Can come back on the other side and continue our conversation with Gamecock quarterback Spencer Rattler here on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs on 107.5 The Game.
Gamecocks QB Spencer Rattler, live in studio on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour with Chris, Wes, and Tyler. Tuesday from 11 to noon on your home of the Gamecocks, 107.5 The Game.
This is Damon Amendolara with your CBS Sports Minute, sponsored by FanDuel Sportsbook. Sean Payton has already identified the biggest problem hovering around Russell Wilson. It's living in his own weird Russell world. Payton said, nah, no personal favors or coaches or bubble for one guy, which is a good start. This is Damon Amendolara. The only app you need at your Super Bowl party is FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Download FanDuel and bet Super Bowl 57 with a no-sweat first bet. You'll get up to $3,000 back in bonus bets if your first bet doesn't win. FanDuel lets you bet on everything from the money line to point spreads to who will score a touchdown. The FanDuel Sportsbook app is safe, secure, and super easy to use. Join FanDuel with promo code WIN to claim your no-sweat first bet on Super Bowl 57. That's promo code WIN. Make every moment more with FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NFL.
21 plus in select states. Must be present in select states to wager. First online real money wager. Only $10 deposit required. Refund issued is non-withdrawable sportsbook bonus bets which expire in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit fanduel.com/RG for Colorado, Iowa, Michigan, New Jersey, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Illinois, Tennessee, and Virginia. 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT STEP to 53342 in Arizona. 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/chat in Connecticut. 1-800-9-WITH-IT in Indiana. 1-800-522-4700 or visit ksgamblinghhelp.com in Kansas. 1-877-770-STOP in Louisiana. Visit www.mdgambler.org in Maryland. 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369 in New York. 1-800-522-4700 in Wyoming or visit www.1800gambler.net in West Virginia.
I'll second guest dinners with friends because they can be interrupted by diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or oily stools. It turns out I have EPI, or exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, which means I'm missing the enzymes needed to digest food. My doctor prescribed Creon, pancrelipase, an oral prescription medication that replaces pancreatic digestive enzymes. Creon treats EPI due to cystic fibrosis, chronic pancreatitis, pancreatectomy, or other conditions.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you're allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon.
Creon is the #1 prescribed EPI treatment. Ask your doctor about Creon for EPI and visit creoninfo.com or call 800-633-9110 to learn more. That's CREONinfo.com.
Hey, why not try something extreme and exciting this year like Extreme Pogo? Woohoo! Going for the backflip. Or maybe something really adventuresome like wingsuit flying. Tree! Or maybe just try eating extremely good pizza from the Mellow Mushroom Pizza Bakers. Hand-tossed, spring water dough, fresh ingredients, all baked on the stone. Now that's exciting and extremely delicious. The Mellow Mushroom in the Vista and on Sunset in Lexington.
It's been tough talking to my doctor about constipation with belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. I finally laid all my symptoms out there and how they keep coming back. She said I may have irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C. We agreed it's time to try something different.
Linzess, or linaclotide, is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. Linzess works differently than laxatives. It lets you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2 years old. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. There could be more to your story with IBS-C. Visit a doctor in person or online. Say yes to Linzess. Learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS. Sponsored by AbbVie and Ironwood Pharmaceuticals.
If you're thinking about retiring soon, be sure to tune in to Save Your Retirement with Pat Struby of Preservation Specialists. Join Pat as he talks about the latest trends and headlines that could impact your retirement. Don't go into retirement unprepared. Listen each Sunday morning at 10 to Save Your Retirement with Pat Struby of Preservation Specialists. Firm offers insurance services. Investment advisory services offered through Kalos Capital Incorporated.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 107.5 The Game. Discover Herndon Certified, Herndon Chevrolet's premier used car warranty. Shop with complete confidence knowing Herndon Chevrolet has got you covered. Stop by or shop online today and see why Herndon Chevrolet makes you smile. It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour. Presented by Firehouse Subs. Founded by firemen with Chris Clark, Wes Mitchell, and Tyler Head on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
Back in on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs. Tyler, West, Chris, and our special guest today, Gamecocks quarterback Spencer Rattler, along with you. Going to get back to our conversation in just a second, but this show is not possible without our friends over at Firehouse Subs And today is Tuesday, and that means there's a Firehouse Subs sub of the day waiting for you today.
Tuesday is Turkey Bacon Ranch. You can get it at any of the 14 Midlands Firehouse Subs locations. There's one right down the road here on Main Street. Go to firehousesubs.com, order the Rapid Rescue, use the Firehouse Subs app, and join the rewards program. Turkey Bacon Ranch, $5.99 for a small, $7.99 for a medium. And we are all very lucky because there's literally a huge platter of Firehouse Subs sitting outside the studio. Wes and Spencer and myself are going to go enjoy that here in just a few minutes. But we do have Spencer here in studio with us. If you've got questions for him, get them in on the Firehouse Subs text line, 803-404-6100. We'll try to get to some of those. You mentioned Nicholas Harbor, so that's where I want to go next. I know you were involved in, helping recruit him a little bit. Y'all had some conversations. First of all, that guy as an athlete is like he was made in a factory.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything like him, like a 6'5", 230 that can run, 10-3?
I haven't. I mean, that's very impressive. When he visited here, this was, I feel like last year, sometime early on last year, on one of those recruit days out there on the field. I didn't know. I knew who he was from online. Like, I saw this dude run track and everything, and then I met him, and I didn't know that was him. So I was like, oh, okay, wow, okay, that's very impressive. He's about 6'5", 230, running, whatever he was running, 10-2, 10-3. But just a weapon. I mean, watching his tape, watching his track film, it's just, you've never seen anybody that big, that fast. So we had to go get somebody like that can do that type of stuff. And like you said, I tried my best to recruit him, and a lot of other coaches and players, and it worked out.
Were you sort of paying attention on Wednesday? Were you talking to him on Wednesday? I know it felt like he was kind of South Carolina all the way. Oregon made their push like kind of Tuesday night into Wednesday morning. Were you involved sort of leading up to the announcement?
A couple weeks before his commitment, I'd say 2 to 3 weeks before. I think I had an interview with you guys. I told you, me and him were DMing back and forth, and obviously I told him I was coming back.
Mm-hmm.
That's really what he said he was waiting for. He's like, I just wanted to make sure you were coming back, and he said he was locked in. So that was prior to his signing day, a couple weeks before, and then the Oregon talk came in, and we thought, hey, he might go here, he might go there, but we all had a pretty good feeling that he wanted to be here, and signing day came, and he made the announcement. So we're all fired up to get him down here and give him the work.
You ever ran 100 back in the day?
Never. Not a track guy.
You're not going to try it?
What do you think you put down?
I have no idea. Probably like 12. 11 something.
Yeah, he's like you say, he's a 10-2, which I think is like definitely one of, if not the fastest.
I think the fastest dude I've seen was Keely Ringo because he's from Arizona as well.
Okay,
he broke like the 100 record in Arizona. It was like 10-3 or 10-2. So that was the fastest dude I've seen. I think Harbor's even faster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 6'6" in the 60 in January. He's 20.79 in the 200. I do think, now, here, controversial take. Okay, give me your opinion. You're going to have to call out one of your teammates. We love to do this. Put y'all on the spot. Nicholas Harbor versus AB in the 40, though. Okay, so not as much long speed, which Harbor has.
Yeah.
Who you got?
Ooh, AB, he's fast. He's twitchy.
He's 4'3", like
I might take
it's no problem.
AB. Yeah, AB's a 4'3" guy. In the 40, I might take AB, but anything past that, I feel like that stride with Harbor will catch up. But even Warrior's fast too. He could get up too. So I definitely want to see AB, Nick, and the other, Harbor race. So that'll be something cool to see.
We need to make that happen.
I'll be on the side watching, judging. I will not be running.
Yeah, you can judge it at the end.
Yes,
you can be the one.
I'll be the judge.
Claim the winner there, man. In all seriousness, what does that do for an offense? I keep thinking about just having this guy to take the top off of defense, and the fact that if you're a defensive coordinator, you have to sort of account for his long speed at any given time if he's lined up on the outside. What do you think that could potentially do for y'all when Coach Loggins is putting together this game plan, knowing he's got this weapon that can just outrun anybody, basically?
Yeah, the great thing is, he won't be the only weapon. So we'll have, wherever he'll be at, outside, tight end, no matter where, they're going to have to focus on him, obviously, with his speed. And you got Juice, you got Xavier Leggett, you got Trey Knox, you got DK, AB, you got so many different pieces, Eddie Lewis and other guys we got coming in. So it's going to be it's going to be interesting because we're going to have a lot of weapons, and hopefully they don't all get on my butt because I'm not getting them all the ball all the time. But no, it's going to be fun. There'll be a lot of stuff we can draw up with the guys we have, and it'll be exciting.
Xavier Leggett is a guy, like Wes and I always talk about this. Keep waiting on him to have like that year, that big year. And he's shown flashes, the catch in the bowl game.
Yep.
That was crazy. We're going to go into some of the catches and throws this year for sure. The kick return against A&M, but like, do you think this could be the year that he takes like that step to become a big time guy?
Definitely. I think him and a lot of other guys, this could be the year. For all of us, we want it to be the year. But especially Xavier, he wasn't as much as a weapon early on in the season. Last year on the offensive side, he was one of our best special teams guys all year, and he always kept a positive attitude. That's something about Zay that he's always positive. He's always working hard, no matter where he's at on the depth chart or what he's doing on the field. But obviously now he's one of our top guys, as you saw him go throughout the year. Big time plays in big time games, and he was a big key of that. So, and he's another guy you can move around and hand him the ball off or pitch the ball to him or get him on a quick screen. So he's another guy he's one of the fastest on the team too. That's what people don't realize. I think you saw it on the kick return running with one shoe on, but he's a super athlete as well.
When you saw, so let's go ahead and dive into that one, but there's a bunch of plays from past year to go over, but that throw in the bowl game, what did you see on that?
I forgot what the play was called. I forgot what we ran. I just remember I started my eyes right, stepped up. I was going to almost run it and tuck it and run, but then I saw Zay throw his hand up in the left corner, and I just got it out. And honestly, I could have thrown a better ball, but it ended up in a good spot, and I still to this day don't know how he got his toe in.
It was as close as possible.
One of the craziest catches I've seen. It was beautiful. It was a big time play for us, and I wish we could have closed that one out, but that was a fun game, and big time plays made in that game.
Well, we'll give you a little bit of grace on the ball. I think you threw it about 60 yards in the air, like across the field on the run
while getting hit. I think
about
to get hit.
Yeah, that's what we work. That's what we work on, man. We've been working that for a long time, and just make plays when they need to be made. All of us.
And his foot was down. Like, it wasn't even the crazy thing was it wasn't like controversial when they zoomed in.
He was in.
He was in somehow.
Yep.
I think the thing every time I see Xavier, I'm like, this dude is way bigger than you think.
Yeah.
Like, I think fans, if they saw this guy up close,
he's about 225, 6'2". So he's running probably 21, 22 miles an hour. He's another gifted player as well.
Yeah, if he can put it all together this year, obviously be another great weapon for y'all. Tyler, are we closing in on a break? Because I tell you what, I want to find out on the other side. We've been asking your teammates for their starting five basketball.
Okay.
So we're going to tease that. Be thinking about that. Who's your starting five? And I guess, Tyler, we can give him a second to think about that, and we'll hit it on the other side.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and run into a break, come back and continue that a conversation on the other side. I'm trying to think back. Did Boogie Huntley have Spencer in his starting five when you asked him this question the other week?
I'm afraid to say I don't think he did.
I don't think he did. So we might have to exclude him from his starting five then. A bit of payback there.
I don't think any of the guys have seen me hoop yet.
Okay.
Not in person.
You haven't been able to prove it to him
You can go to YouTube, though.
Okay. All right.
That's what I always pull up.
He's got the receipts. He's ready to go. All right, heading to another timeout. Come back and continue this conversation. Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs on 107.5 The Game.
Got something to say? Ring us up on the Love Chevy phone line. South Carolina's #1 volume Chevy dealer at 803-404-6100. Your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
Hey guys, Jay Phillips here for Integrated Media. In today's world where technology seems to be moving more quickly than ever, it can get a little confusing on exactly what product might be best for you. And just like your car or house, every so often you need to tune up for quick repair. Integrated Media knows this, and that's why they've introduced their Smart Service Plan. With just one click or call, you can let the crew at Integrated Media know your issue, question, or problem, and usually within minutes, they'll respond with a fix and get you and your family back to watching your favorite teams and shows, listening to your favorite tunes, or playing your favorite games. Additionally, the Integrated Media Media Smart Service Plan provides customers with regular check-ins to make sure things are running smoothly. Plus, they'll automatically upgrade software so you don't have to worry about whether you're up to date. Integrated Media staff has all the tools necessary to keep your system out front of the ever-changing landscape. Home theater, commercial-grade Wi-Fi, and the service to keep it running smoothly. That's what sets Integrated Media apart from everyone else. 803-948-8327 and online at integratedmediainc.com. Integrated Media, watch, listen, control.
Ugh, you can't park here. See the Schroeder's no parking sign? You're going to get towed.
No, I won't. Forget about it. They put those things up just to scare you. Come on, let's go.
So, where's the car, mister? Forget about it. Look, big spender, you go find your car. I'm getting an Uber.
Schroeder's offers free signage to deter unwanted parking. Make your business accessible to your customers. Call Schroeder's at 772-7930 or visit schroederstowing.com.
Schroeder's Towing, the best and fastest hookers in town.
Washington led the revolution. Lincoln saved a nation. Now, Galliana Kia is making history with the best deals in years.
Gotta go to Galliana.
America loves a great deal, and Galliana Kia delivers new Kias with zip, zero, nothing down, and zero payments for the next 3 months. Plus, at Galliana Kia, we'll get you out of your current lease or loan, even if you're over mileage, have months left, or still owe thousands. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. If you've got a job and you make at least $2,000 per month, our lenders can get you approved. Don't make a car buying mistake if you want a great deal without the hassle.
Gotta go to Galliana.
Galliana Kia on Greystone, I-126 Zoo Exit in Columbia. Call 779-7300 or KiaColumbia.com. Rio stock number 3K1107, $278 per month for 84 months at 6.9 APR. Price plus tax tag includes $225 closing fee. Negative trade equity financing and new loan subject to lender approval. Expires month end.
Hey, Gamecock and Tiger fans, do you like a bargain? Of course you do. Gamecock Traditions and Tiger Traditions want you to know about their 30% off all apparel sale. Tees, sweats, golf shirts, even shoes are all 30% off this week. Shop online at GamecockTraditions.com or TigerTraditions.com or go by either location, 5134 Sunset Boulevard in Lexington or in Sand Hills Village by the fountain. Hurry for the best selection. Gamecock Traditions and Tiger Traditions 30% off apparel sale going on now.
Hey, if you've got a hole in your roof or you need a whole new roof, you need to call Mid-State Roofing, 356-1919. For nearly a quarter of a century, Mid-State Roofing has established its reputation as the leader in the roofing industry. Whether it's above your head or at your feet, perhaps a leaky foundation, 356-1919 is the number to call for all your roofing and waterproofing needs. The quality and craftsmanship of a Mid-State roofing system are tops in the industry, especially commercial and industrial roofing systems. If you own or you're in charge of a large building, warehouse, or industrial facility, then you're in charge of that roof. And at some point, a roof is going to need some attention. So the number to call for advice, service, results, and a commitment to customer satisfaction is 356-1919. See all that Mid-State has to offer when you click on midstateroofing.com. Tell them, Mid-State twins.
If you have a leak, let Mid-State Roofing take a peek.
356-1919, midstateroofing.com.
It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour with Chris Clark, Wes Mitchell, and Tyler Head on your home of the Gamecocks. 107.5 The Game.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Back in on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs. 107.5 The Game. Tyler, Wes, Chris along with you. Special guest Gamecocks quarterback Spencer Rattler. And Wes teased it on the other side of the break. The most important question I think we have to ask Spencer today involves who his starting five would be if he got out there hooping on the court.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear the answer. We have asked pretty much all of Spencer's teammates that we've had on about this as well. By the way, this segment brought to you by our friends at Integrated Media. If you need a new TV, need some surround sound at your house, pretty much anything involving audio, visual, our friends at Integrated Media will take care of you. IntegratedMediaInc.com. Spencer has been thinking on this. I think he had probably 4 of the 5 pretty locked in. He was thinking on the 5th. Yeah, Boogie put together his 5. I think there's a little carryover from what you were just telling me in the break. But Spencer, tell the people who you're hooping with.
Okay, so I'll start with myself at the 1 or 2 guard. I put Xavier Leggett in there. I saw his hoop film. and he was dunking on everybody. So I'll put him in there. He's athletic. I heard TJ Sanders could play. He could be a big. Tonka Hemingway, I could see him as a big with like some finesse. He could shoot it, dribble it, probably do it all, footwork good. And then the fifth, we could probably throw another guard in there. I can't think of any small guys that can hoop on our team, but I'd throw Kyleek or maybe Boogie in there.
Okay.
Kyleek, probably you could just throw lobs to him, so he can just go up and dunk it. Another big. But yeah, I'd have me and Zay at guard, and we'd have 3 bigs, and we'd be good.
Are you pretty confident this 5 can beat any other 5 on the team?
Oh yeah, yeah, no doubt.
I've seen your film in high school.
Yeah,
you got
state champion.
I like it. Yeah, no biggie. Yeah. I mean, you're dishing it out too. I like the pass first, mentality. That makes sense. You're a quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I was a score first guy.
Were you?
When I was playing basketball? I stopped playing my junior year, but no, I played with. I'm sure a lot of people listening will know Nico Mannion. He was a big-time high school recruit, went to the Warriors, one of my boys I grew up with, and he's overseas in Italy playing right now, pro. So we had some guys. Everybody else is playing D1 ball somewhere. But no, I miss basketball. That was one of my first loves, for sure.
TJ Sanders, I think, has been on everybody's team, Wes.
Probably. He was good in high school.
He was really good.
I got to get out there and play with these guys because they'll play, I think, once every 2 weeks or something. And I just haven't got out to play yet. I need to get out there and show them what I got. You know?
Boogie's team was kind of scary though.
Really?
It was a bunch of big dudes.
Big dudes.
He had Nick Barrett out there.
Oh yeah.
He's like, I'm putting Nick Barrett in the middle, and that's it.
Sometimes all you need is that size in basketball, and you're good, man. A couple shooters, you'll be good.
I think it was an all big man team. Those D-line guys stick together.
The Bucks.
Yeah, definitely. And man, you mentioned Taco on your team. How about this guy though? Like special teams, making plays. Y'all had him in at tight end, I think, in the bowl game. Yep. The all D-line package. Y'all had what? TJ out there.
TJ, Birch, and Tonka.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But what do you see from a guy like Tonka? Seems to just kind of go about his business, get his job done, but has been so versatile for y'all.
Definitely, goes about his business. Not too vocal, but a leader in the way he works, and he's always got his head down, working, not complaining, just balling. And very smart player, very sound and great technique, and very heads up guy. Can make a lot of plays in the backfield, and he's a great D lineman for us.
Yeah, he played football, baseball, and basketball in high school.
See, that's how you can tell though. He's an athlete.
Yeah,
you play all sports coming up, man. You're gonna be good at one of them.
Yeah, and I think he was good at about all 3. Apparently, he could hit the ball into the treetops at Conway High. But yeah, Tonka been a big guy for you guys. We were talking during the break. Super Bowl coming up.
Yep.
I know you'll be watching. What do you think about the game? Have you given any thought to how this is going to play out?
I think it's going to be a really great game. It's cool how it's the first Super Bowl where it's 2 black quarterbacks facing each other with Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. So, I got much respect for Mahomes, and he's amazing, best in the league. But I kind of want to see Jalen pull this one out because that's my guy. I texted him the other day and said, "Hey, go get your ring, man. It's already written." And he hit me back. So we stay in contact throughout the year, which is pretty cool. So definitely want to see him succeed. Knowing what he's gone through, and being 16 or 17-1 this year, it's super impressive. And I want to see him go out there and win one.
Do you take any, I don't know, play style cues from those guys? I mean, there are some similarities, this sort of off-platform throws stuff. What do you take from both those guys?
I've definitely been studying and trying to, do what Mahomes has done for a long time now. I feel like, I got to see his tape at Tech. Obviously, when I was, at my last school, saw a lot of his tape at Texas Tech, and then seeing what he's done in the league is just so impressive. Being one of the first guys to really do the off-balance throws and make it cool, but also make it real to where you could actually do this in a game, and he's doing it every game. So just his competition, his fire he plays with, and his swag. I like how he plays. And then obviously getting to play with Jalen Hurts and seeing just how he leads and how he works, that's helped me a lot. And, obviously seeing how he can be such a dynamic player running the ball as well. That's something I want to do a little more, this upcoming season.
So you mentioning Jalen made me think of this. So one of the new guys, obviously it's going to be your show next year at quarterback, but some young guys with talent in your room, Lenore Sellers. Have you had a chance to see any of him, or did you see his high school tape any? What are your thoughts on him as a young player?
I haven't seen any of his tape, but I work out with him every day. He's a very, very great kid. He works hard, asks for advice, asks for help, and he's got a big arm, big kid. I think he's about 6'3", 225, something like that. So, athletic, big arm, and we'll definitely bring him along and obviously compete. That's what it's all about.
So here's something I wanted to make sure that we asked you before you leave. I'm always bringing up to Wes how some of the throws that you make, like a lot of times, I'm trying to figure out how to say this in a non-weird way, but like you see all these huge guys, Josh Allen, like a lot of these dudes with big arms are just like giants, right? And you're not, how did you, like your throwing motion, your mechanics, and the arm strength, like where does that come from? Where did you get that from?
I mean, I guess you could say it's God-given. God blessed me with the talent to throw the ball. I played baseball coming up, pitched a little bit, but I've obviously been playing quarterback since I was 7 years old.
Yeah.
I wanted to play receiver at first, but my dad said, he was one of our coaches, he said, who's going to throw the ball? So, that's when it started. 7 years old, been playing quarterback ever since. And, it's just I don't think it's how big you are.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just your mechanics, your hips, and how you fire that ball out, and what angles you could throw it from, and all types of stuff like that. But just blessed, honestly.
Did you ever play any shortstop growing up?
Definitely. Yep.
Is there carryover from? It seems like the modern quarterback. What I mean by that is the whole off-platform
Arm
thing.
angle. Yeah.
Yep. There's a lot of carryover. It looks like mechanics-wise from a shortstop. Sort of the way they flip their hips and the way you bring the ball from different angles. Is that carryover?
I think that definitely helps, growing up playing different sports, even basketball with your footwork and stuff like that, how to make guys miss outside of the pocket. Basketball helped me with that. Baseball, I guess you could say, helped with arm angles. You could see Mahomes, he was a big time baseball guy, and he's got that baseball type release, and he could release it from any angle. But I say all sports help each other, growing up and playing them. So yeah.
Did you have a favorite throw this year that you made?
Favorite throw this year? I would say my favorite throw was the deep ball to Juice on the corner against Clemson. That was the one where we rolled out right, and they took away the 10-yard out, the sail route from AB. Corner came down and threw it over top, right over the safety's head, and Juice made a great catch and great finish. That was one of my favorite throws, I'd say.
That was a design roll?
Design roll, yes.
Yeah. Did you have like a landmark basically you're trying to get to on that?
Yeah, you could either keep it on the run or shut it down. Nobody was in my vicinity, so I shut it down and tried to get my feet under me and just let it go.
That you carried him a
little higher to keep him away.
Yeah, to the end zone as well. I think that was maybe an underrated part of that throw. If the ball's over here, shorter, he makes the catch, but maybe he doesn't score.
He gets tackled or goes out of bounds.
Yeah, were you thinking as you threw it, like get him
try to get him vertical so he can stay in bounds, and he's great at tracking the ball, so he just caught it over his shoulder, and I think the guy tried to make an arm tackle, and Juice is going to run through those. Being a physical guy he is.
What'd you think of Nate's catch in that game? The one-handed stab.
Great catch. I mean, it was great protection. I stepped up, trusted the protection, and Nate I think there was a linebacker under him, so I said, hey, let me just put it up high for him. And didn't know he was going to catch it with one hand. Never seen him make any catches like that. That was really the game we were like, okay, this dude is just Superman this game. So he made a great catch, and obviously that started, his he got a little clout off that for sure. He was on Randy Moss thing. It was cool.
Yeah, he was just signing some photos of it out there.
I'm telling you, man,
actually.
Nate.
He told me, and we asked him his perspective on that play. First of all, he said he didn't even think he was supposed to be in on that play.
Jaheim was supposed to be in on that play, but Jaheim was dinged up. Because I think on that play we had like a matchup with the linebacker, and supposed to be Jaheim, a fast tight end who can run by him. But Nate was in, and he ran over there and
he made it work.
So that's another positive about Nate. He'll always find a way.
Hey, if he doesn't catch that ball, the game maybe goes different.
Yeah, I think it was 14-0 at that time, and that definitely gave us some momentum. I think we went down and scored, so that was big.
Turning point, man. I guess we got to hit one more.
Yeah, run to the last time out, come back on the other side, and wrap up this great hour. You're listening to the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs. Tyler West, Chris, and Spencer Rattler along with you here on 107.5 The Game.
The Gamecock Central Takeover Hour? You can catch up at 1075thegame.com or by downloading our 1075 The Game app on iTunes or Google Play. 1075 The Game on-demand podcast menu. Sponsored by Lexington Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. If you're dealing with injuries or pain, our team is here to get you better sooner.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Attention. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to Instagram and has struggled with eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text TEEN to 323232 for more information. Disclosures by a Facebook whistleblower suggest Instagram and Facebook know their social media platforms are highly addictive and cause eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation, but have done little to stop it. If your family has been impacted by Instagram addiction, you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text TEEN to 323232 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text TEEN to 323232 or call 800-768-4026 and speak with an attorney.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Motley Rice attorney Donald A. Migliore is responsible for this ad. Motley Rice LLC is headquartered at 28 Bridgeside Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina 29464.
Camden Military Academy. It's probably not what you think. At Camden Military Academy, cadets achieve their untapped potential in academics and life. Hear now one cadet's message to his mother.
I'm very glad that you sent me here. I've learned a lot from this place. I know you work very hard to send me here. I think of you every day. Honestly, I'm just very glad that you sent me here. Thank you.
To learn more, visit CamdenMilitary.com.
We keep the clutter out of your gutter. Call on the gutter man.
The Guttermen have been providing top-notch service throughout the Midlands for over 47 years, building their business on relationships, not gimmicks. And you can call them locally, not a 1-800 number. Call them today at 791-7147 and look for the guys in the powder blue trucks.
We keep the clutter out of your gutter. Call on the gutter man.
Hey, South Carolina, Scott here from Traditions with good news if you're in the market for an engagement ring or for diamond jewelry, because we have the largest selection you'll see anywhere in the Southeast. And whether you're in the market for a traditional mine diamond or for one of these amazing new lab-grown diamonds, we've got you covered. Because whether you're buying mined or lab, you'll be happy to know that at Traditions, we guarantee the trade-in value of both kinds of diamonds at our store. So if the day comes where you want an even bigger diamond, we'll be happy to give you full value you paid for your original when you trade it in. Even better, we have over 1,000 diamond rings in stock, so you'll get to try on pretty much every style imaginable. And if you still don't see exactly the right design, we'll be glad to custom make it for you. And yes, we have interest-free financing for qualified buyers. So come see us and get the ring of your dreams with a diamond of your choice, only at Traditions Fine Jewelers, South Carolina's diamond superstore and customization destination on Sunset in Lexington and at the Fountain in Sand Hills, where the Midlands get engaged.
I talked to Chris about it. He didn't really want to take a caller since we're short on time. I'm going to get out of power. Got your headphones on? Can you hear me? Ouch! Me and Chris talked about it. I'm going to come back with a text line question, and then you guys can kind of do questions from your live chat. Since we don't have a ton of time, maybe taking calls not the best idea.
In parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Broadcasting live from the Herndon Chevrolet Studios. This is 1075 The Game. A great selection of new Chevys is available now at Herndon Chevrolet. The lot is packed with inventory and more is on the way. So shop your hometown Chevy dealer today. Stop by or shop online today and see why Herndon Chevrolet makes you smile. It's the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour. Presented by Firehouse Subs. Founded by firemen with Chris Clark, Wes Mitchell, and Tyler Head on your home of the Gamecocks. 1075 The Game.
Back in on the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour presented by Firehouse Subs. Tyler, Wes, Chris, and Gamecocks quarterback Spencer Rattler with you for a few more minutes. Wrapping up today's episode. Got a ton of text on the Firehouse Subs text line, 803-404-6100, with questions for Spencer. I'll start with Billy from Blythewood. He wants to know, Spencer, from your perspective, what was it like down on the field after that Tennessee win?
It was amazing. I've never been a part of a field being stormed after a game, so that was a great feeling, knowing that we beat a top 5 team like that. They were the number 1 team, I think, a week or two before we played them, so it was huge for our program, and everybody was excited, and it was a great win.
And coming off of that, again, you had the tough game against Florida just before that. Like, what was the atmosphere in the locker room? How was everybody feeling going into, again, taking on one of the top teams in the nation at Tennessee at home in that next contest?
Yeah, our mindset was just to cut it loose, play like we know how to play, and play free, and get the ball to our playmakers, and that's what we did.
I believe we have some questions coming from y'all's live feed as well.
Yep, we got some questions actually from Gamecock Central's Insiders Forum, which I'm going to ask Spencer. One of those, a bunch of submissions for Spencer. Real quick, though, I want to tell you a little bit about State Farm's Drive Safe and Save app from State Farm. Dynamic new features like interactive maps and driving tips. You can earn up to 30% if you just download the Drive Safe and Save app from State Farm. You can give Amy Mason Cup State Farm a call today at 803-772-5554. or visit our website, Amy Mason Cup, MASINCUPP.com. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Spencer, one of the questions from Wild Bunch 2 on the Insiders Forum, how motivating is it to know that what you do this coming season is going to have a massive impact on the next 5 years of your life? It's like it's all right there in front of you. So I guess he's asking just, obviously this season you can enhance your draft stock even more and really, set up your future. What is that feeling like?
For me, it's not about myself. I think if as a team we could have the success we want to have as a group, everything else will take care of itself for personal goals for everybody on the team, coaches, players, staff, everything. So our focus right now, my focus right now is just use this time in this offseason to get our bodies right, get our minds right. When we dive into this playbook and do spring ball, fall camp, summer workouts. It's all steps. So we're just checking boxes off. And when we get to the season, we get there. But we definitely have big goals that we want to reach. So the work's got to start now.
Hit another one here from Texas Cox. What are you most excited about for this upcoming season, Spencer? And is there anything in particular you're most working on improving?
The thing I'm most excited about is just having another year with these guys, with Coach Beamer, just playing. It's just this past season, I feel like flew by so fast, and this season will come up fast as well. So I'm just excited to get back out there on the field and compete. And then what was the second part of the question?
What are you focused on as far as just improving your game the most?
For me, I would just say the mental side, just keep working protections and little things like that make the game easier. And then I just want to improve everything, body, mind, me being able to run the ball and just being more dynamic. So starting that now and just going to keep grinding.
Off the field question here. You're from Arizona. What heat is worse, that Columbia humidity heat or the dry heat they say in Arizona?
The Columbia heat. I mean, just the humidity. It's so thick, so sticky, and it's hard to breathe in those workouts when Coach Day's got us running 100-yard gassers. So definitely the Columbia heat.
What is the toughest thing that Coach Day has ever asked you guys to do? Does anything just come to mind, or are they just all tough?
Okay, so last spring we had this thing called the Grit Night. You guys probably saw a video of it.
Yes.
And so this was one of the hardest things. We do these Grit Night things. I think it'll start here in a week or two. But so it's a team competition. It's like offense versus defense, this group versus that group. So, last spring they had me going against Donovan Westmoreland, a linebacker, and he was killing me in the sleds because we got to push 400-pound sleds about 100 yards. That was really hard. And then Grit Night was just an hour or 2 hours, literally in the middle of nowhere, down here in South Carolina somewhere at this gun range. And it was about 2,000 yards. We're going from running 400 yards from station to station, running, picking up 100-pound med balls, doing this and that, jumping over 8-foot walls. It was boot camp. And I was just like, man, what are we doing out here? But it was the meaning was, hey, we got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. So we're going to a different location to do this hard workout. And at the end, we'll learn a lot about ourselves. And I think it was positive.
Did y'all know what was in store for you as they were busting you out there?
I think we had a PowerPoint before we left the day before to get our minds right. Hey, this is what we got, fellas. And, everybody's in there like, man, what is going on? So, but it was a good time. Definitely grueling work, but made us closer.
One more question on here if we have time, Tyler. Let's see. What's your favorite spot? I guess we're gonna give away an ad here. Where's your favorite spot around town? Is there any meal that you've or do you are you more just sort of keep to yourself? Maybe you cook up your own stuff now that the nutritionist got you.
Yeah,
right?
Recently I've been
what you been cooking up?
I live with my girl, so we've been cooking up some things, throughout the day, at night. That's what we haven't really been going out to eat like that. I've been to 2 good Mexican spots out here. Okay. One's Real Mexicano. I think that's the name, Real Mexicano, something like that. Very good food. These birria tacos, they were really good. And then we went to another Mexican place that was really good. But there's a lot of different food out here. I'll have a updated answer for you the next interview we have. Yeah.
What do y'all cook at the house?
Chicken, steak, rice, just basic stuff, nothing crazy.
All right, and unfortunately, we're out of time. That hour certainly flew by. But we certainly thank you for joining us. You're really good at this, by the way. Some people we get behind the microphone, they just give 1-word answers, and that's not very fun radio. But you're pretty good at this.
I appreciate it.
So best of luck this upcoming season. Hopefully, we can talk to you more before the season comes up. But thank you for joining us, and that'll do it for today's edition of the Gamecock Central Takeover Hour, presented by Firehouse Subs. If you did miss any of this show, you can find it on our podcast page at 1075thegame.com. We'll be back tomorrow. Me, Wes, and Chris with you on 1075 The Game.